gather as family and friends of Jonathan and Madison to witness and add our blessing to the ceremony which joins them in marriage. Jonathan and Madison, the covenant of marriage joins as husband and wife, a man and a woman who pledge themselves unconditionally each to the other. You must face the future with faith in God and faith in each other. Is it your intent to each give yourself in unconditional love to the other? Who gives this woman to this man that they may be joined in Christian marriage? Father, please step forward and receive your bride. I'd like to begin today, the beautiful day God has given to us as we add our blessing to this ceremony. Jonathan and Madison wanted me to read letters that they wrote to their parents. Madison writes to Frankie and Cindy, "How incredibly lucky I am to have grown up with parents that have always taught me what it's like to be in a selfless, devoted, and honest marriage. I will never be able to thank you enough for the time, energy, and support that you've given me for the last 25 years, as well as always being my #1 fan, no matter what." November 14th is a special day for all of us, starting with your first date on November 14th, 1980, 35 years ago, to November 14th, 2015, your only daughter's wedding day. I'm forever grateful to have been raised by you both. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for trusting me, guiding me, and most of all for this beautiful fairy tale life you've worked so hard to give me over the years. Your examples of what marriage takes are blessings I will never take for granted in my own marriage. I love you, Mom and Dad. Thanks, Madison. Ford and Cindy, Jonathan writes to you, "Sorry this letter is being read in front of hundreds of people. It was all Madison's idea, just so you know. But I think it was a good idea. Sometimes it's important to give credit where credit is due. So thank you. Thank you for showing me what it means to work hard for the things in life that matter. You always worked hard for each other and us kids, showing how much we matter to you. Thank you for showing me what it means to love each other unconditionally in a manner reflective of God's love for all of us. Not everyone can say that their parents' marriage is a success, nor can many say their parents' marriage is one to be emulated. However, I say both and add this: I aspire and endeavor to one day have a marriage as strong and steadfast as the example that you have set. Thank you. You're a blessing to your parents and to each other. God says to you, Jonathan, he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. God has blessed you today. Jonathan, God says to you as the husband that you are to love your wife as Christ loved the church. And so I want to encourage you to continue pursuing Madison, to continue chasing after her with passion and determination. So hold her hand, hug her, kiss her each day with no strings attached. Madison, as you see Jonathan making every effort to love you sacrificially, I challenge you to respond wholeheartedly. Give yourself to him. Jonathan needs you to be a companion in his life. Let him know how proud you are of him. Jonathan and Madison, if this is the kind of unconditional love that you pledge to each other, please join your right hands with each other as you take these vows. Jonathan, will you take Madison to be your wife? Will you commit yourself to her happiness and her self-fulfillment as a person, and to her usefulness in God's kingdom? Will you promise to love, honor, trust, and serve her in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, and to be true and loyal to her so long as you both shall live?
I do.
and Madison? Will you take Jonathan to be your husband? Will you commit yourself to his happiness and his self-fulfillment as a person and to his usefulness in God's kingdom? And do you promise to love, honor, trust, and serve him in sickness and in health, in adversity and prosperity, and to be true and loyal to him so long as you both shall live?
I do.
It is my happy privilege to proclaim that according to the laws of this state, and more significantly, in according with the higher law of heaven, that as Jonathan and Madison seal their wedding covenant with a kiss, they shall become from this day forward husband and wife, whom God has joined together in the holy covenant of marriage. Let no one attempt to separate. Jonathan, you may kiss your new bride. Ladies and gentlemen, I now present to you Mr. and Mrs. Jonathan Benham.
I'm terribly shy in front of large people and large groups of people. Did I say large people? That's not what I meant. And I'm very nervous when I get put in pressure. No pressure, that's right. So, first of all, I'm totally amazed at how you've turned out, Madison, especially with me watering down your mother's gene pool so bad. But in spite of the watering down, you've turned out to be everything that we ever wanted in a daughter. In fact, we knew what your name was going to be even before we were married, and it came from the movie Splash. If you recall Tom Hanks and John Candy in the movie Splash, back when we were dating, and I remember telling Cindy that if we ever have a girl, that I would like to name her Madison because I thought it was so unique. So her name came from that movie Splash. And we're very excited to welcome John into our family now. You've already had to pose for the Crawford family Christmas picture, which was what we were doing just a minute ago. So you're already been indoctrinated in. Anyway, I would like to be the first to toast our new son-in-law and our daughter. Please, everybody, raise your glass and toast to John and Madison. Thank you.
I just want to start by saying how honored I was, John, for you to ask me to be your best man on this special day. I've known John for a long time. That first day that you walked out on the gym floor, that goofy freshman, new kid. I was the new kid, and you came and stole my thunder. But you were way more goofier than I was, so it was okay. I was okay with it. Madison, we're so happy that you found John. You fit in. Just like one of the gang. We love you to death. So happy that we could share in this day with you. To John and Madison.
Friends and family, let's raise our glasses one more time to a lifetime of happiness, the Mr. and Mrs. Benham.